Aerial drone footage of flooded neighborhoods, droned power lines, and destroyed homes along the Gulf Coast. Hurricane Beryl has moved on, but the devastation is left behind is staggering. With more than $15 billion is estimated damages, widespread power outages, and entire communities displaced, the Gulf Coast is now facing one of the most intense recovery efforts in recent history. Map animation showing Beryl's path across the Gulf, making landfall near Freeport, Texas. Hurricane Beryl made landfall on the Texas coast near Freeport as a Category 3 hurricane, bringing sustained winds over 115 miles per hour, intense storm surge, and catastrophic rainfall. The storm tore through Houston, Galveston, and parts of southwestern Louisiana, overwhelming drainage system, triggering flash floods and standard thousands. FEMA officials say that we have not seen a storm move this quickly with this much intensity in years, in hit hard and fast. On the ground footage, collapsed building, emergency rescue, families in shelter. As of this week, over 2.4 million customers were left without power. Dozens of water systems are offline or contaminated. At least 38 confirmed fatalities have been reported, and more than 150,000 homes and businesses have sustained major damage. Hospitals are running on backup generators. Major highways remain underwater, and in some towns, entire grids have collapsed. Houston residents say that we did not just lose our roof, we lost everything. And now there is no clean water, no power, and no end in sight. Economic impact visuals, insurance claims rising, oil refinery shutdowns. Economists now estimate over $15 billion in total economic damage, making Beryl one of the most costliest hurricanes to hit the region since Harvey in 2017. With major oil refineries in the Houston and Port Arthur areas temporarily shut down, the storm is also affecting fuel supply chains and could push gas prices higher nationwide in the coming weeks. Insurance companies are bracing for a wave of claims, and federal emergency funding is being fast-tracked, but many families are still waiting for relief. Shelters, National Guard troops distributing supplies, Red Cross teams. In Texas and Louisiana, more than 18 emergency shelters are currently open, housing thousands displaced by the storm. The National Guard, FEMA, and local responders are delivering water, food, and medical supplies, but access remains difficult in some rural and food-prone areas. Red Cross officials say that this is going to be a long recovery, but some families, many may be displaced for months, even a year. Government press briefing, President Biden speaking, local officials surveying damage. President Joe Biden has a federal disaster declaration for affected counties, unlocking funding for housing, infrastructure repairs, and small business recovery. He has also promised an investigation into why the region's grid and flood system failed again, just a few years after major upgrades were promised following earlier systems. Biden speaking, "We will stand with Texas and Louisiana every step of the way. No red tape, no delay. Climate experts, no storm tracking animation, satellite imagery." Experts say Beryl's strength, especially this year in hurricane season, is a clear warning sign. Fueled by record ocean temperatures in the Gulf of Mexico, Beryl repeatedly intensified from a tropical storm to a Category 3 hurricane in under 48 hours, part of a disrupting trend of faster, more violent storm in a warming climate. Climate scientists say that we are seeing hurricanes from earlier growing stronger and cause more damage. Beryl is just the beginning of what could be a brutal season. families returning to damaged homes, volunteers distributing supplies, rebuilding for efforts starting. From flooded streets to destroyed school, the path of Hurricane Beryl is a heartbreaking reminder of nature's power and the urgent need to preparedness, resilience, and rebuilding. As communities begin the long road to recovery, the Gulf Coast is once again showing the world its strength and its need to last support. Stay informed for updates on recovery efforts, climate impacts, and federal response.